I got the machine to cut metal, and that's good. The computer can tell the machine to cut. Great, awesome. I'm gonna have it try and cut something written in G-code, which, if you aren't familiar with what that is, it means code in G. Right. G-code is a programming language for the purpose of controlling machines. I need you to follow me. Detect my face, yes? Okay. Follow me, please. This way. Very good. So what we're going to do is prepare a piece of scrap metal I have laying around the garage. I have created a star shape in Inkscape, produced G-code from that. I had to then import it into another application because Inkscape's exporter doesn't understand imperial. It understands metric, and even though it has a toggle for it to switch over 2 inches, it doesn't. Wow, I just made this dirtier. I should probably wear gloves too. Where was I? Yes, Inkscape produces the G-code that needs a little bit of adjustment. So I have to import this into a different application called G-code Ripper that will allow you to, I don't know what it does. It converts the metric into inches. And so now I have inches and the machine likes that better. Straightforward here. That wiping just made it dirtier. So I'm gonna stop wiping. I use millimeter for any type of thing I design on the 3D printer. It's just better.
Right to jail, right away.
It's, I don't know, more precise for machine stuff.
Jail.
After converting it to millimeters, I import it into VS Code and clean it up a bit. You don't need to tell this thing about the Z, the lowering and raising of the Z-axis, which
1 million zillion jillion.
honestly, I don't really expect that thing to just turn on by itself, but it does when the temperature is low and density of gas changes. Science. Forget where I was, lost my train of thought. If I have anything in my file manipulating the Z-axis, telling it to go up or down, Qt Plasma C ignores it. It will say, I have commented this out. And that's because the only thing I need to tell Qt Plasma C is, turn on the torch, turn off the torch. When you turn on the plasma cutter, it will lower this thing down until the float switch activates. And it will know where the metal is, and I'll be like, okay, cool, I now know where it is, and it'll just raise up to where it needs to be by itself, and then cut. When it's done cutting, it will raise the Z-axis back up to the home position, which you set. And so you want the home position to be at a height that is not going to crash the head into anything. Well, that's my understanding of it, at least. Based off of the simulation I ran for this star, I think it'll probably work fine, but I don't trust it. I am just going to have the plasma cutter off and will run through the G-code. Now, that'll let me see if it's setting the torch height correctly, if it's following the path which looks like a star, and that everything seems to be, I guess, fine. I have not tried this yet, so I'm hoping it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Put this on. Note to self, Captain's log. Put this on the list of things to improve upon at some point. Anyway, lots of improvements to make to this machine, but I just want to make sure I can get it to work. This Does hold water, I think. And it is there to catch the sparks and to reduce the mess, the smoke and the little bits of metal that will come off of this. And I don't want to fill it right now. I just want to cut a star, and I'll do all that later to make it nice. It'll just be a little bit more smokier and messier.
Obviously, don't go and do that, please.
Hey, you do whatever you like.
We can't condone anything of the sort.
No, we can't. Live!
Material is on the cut trough, the water table. It's called the water table. All right, so connect this thing, plug that in. So there's the star, there's the G code. I'm going to run this without the torch on. Let's begin. Okay, that's, what? Limit switch, okay. It did it again. So there's a configuration here that's saying G53 to move Z to the max limit. 0.19. Where is that coming from? I think I know what happened. The safe height for Z was set higher than what that thing should have been going for some reason. I'm going to run it, and it should be fine. It should be fine now. So let's give that a shot. And here we go. Well, that looked like a star to me, so turn on the plasma? Yeah, let's turn on the plasma. Power to the plasma cutter is on, air is connected. Let's see what happens. There goes nothing. Yeah, that's where the float switch doesn't work, so yeah. What is up with this switch, man? That's gonna be something I need to fix sooner than later. Torch pulse. Yeah, that works. Torch works, so that's fine. Alright, so this little switch, I don't know, maybe it needs to kind of be persuaded to be a little bit more, I don't know, in? I don't know what your deal is, bud. If I raise this up a little bit, yep, it works. You're a rock star. I'm sorry. I would call that a successful test. Pretty clean overall. That's the back of it. And honestly, a little bit of grinding with an angle grinder, it'll be chef's kiss perfect. Well, you may be asking, what's next, Mr. Crazy Guy with a CNC plasma cutter in his garage? I think what's next is something more complicated, something that's an actual I don't know, decoration that you can put in your house and not be ashamed of. If that's something you're into, then subscribe. All right, bye.